A lot of people say the same thing. I can't find good friends. Maybe you've said it too. Maybe you felt like everyone around you is either fake, unreliable, or just not really there when you need them. But almost nobody stops and asks a much more important question first. What even is a good friend? Because here's the problem. You can't find something if you don't even know what you're looking for. And today, I want to give you the simplest definition of a good friend that most people never talk about. A good friend is someone who shows up when it's inconvenient. That's it. Not when it's easy, not when it's fun, not when everything is going well, but when it costs them something. Time, energy, effort, and they still show up. When you're having a bad day, when you need help moving, when you're going through something difficult, when you're not fun to be around, that's when real friendship is tested. And once you understand that definition, everything else about making good friends suddenly becomes much clearer. So if you want better friendships in your life, there are 3 things you need to understand. Step 1. Become the friend you're looking for. Before you go searching for good friends, you need to ask yourself a hard question. Are you being one? Because a lot of people want loyal friends, but they aren't loyal themselves. They want people who check in on them, but they never check in on anyone else. They want people who listen to them, but they don't really listen when others talk. Friendship isn't something you receive first, it's something you create first. Think about it like energy. Energy attracts energy. This isn't some spiritual quote, it's just human psychology. People naturally move toward people who treat them well. So if you want better friends, start by becoming the type of friend you would respect. And it doesn't require some huge dramatic change, it starts small. Text someone and say, "Hey, I was just thinking about you today. Hope you're doing well." Ask someone how their week went. Remember something they told you last time you talked. Offer help when someone needs it. Those small actions do something powerful. They signal something to people. They signal this person actually cares. And when you consistently show that energy, the right people begin to notice. Because real friends recognize real effort. Step 2. Go where the right people are. Now let's talk about something most people overlook: environment. Where you meet people matters. A lot of people are searching for meaningful friendships in places that aren't designed for meaningful connection. Clubs, bars, late-night party scenes. Now listen, I'm not judging those places. They can be fun. But if you're trying to build deep, long-term friendships, those environments usually aren't built for that. Because the foundation of those interactions is often temporary. Music is loud, conversations are short, people are focused on entertainment, not connection. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're looking for something deeper, you need to change where you're looking. Instead of asking, "Where are people hanging out?" ask, "Where are people building something?" Because the strongest friendships are built through shared effort, shared growth, shared challenges. That's where real bonds form. Places like a gym class, a martial arts gym, a hiking group, a volunteer event, a book club, a language class, a photography meetup. These places might sound boring on paper, but they have one thing most social scenes don't have: consistency. You see the same people over time. You go through experiences together. You gradually learn about each other. And that repetition builds familiarity. Familiarity builds trust. And trust builds friendship. So if you want better friends, don't just change your mindset, change your environment. Step 3. Actually talk to people. Now, this might sound obvious, but it's the step that stops most people: talking to strangers. Here's something funny about human behavior. A lot of people are already standing in the right room.
next to the right person with the opportunity to start a friendship, and they say absolutely nothing. Why? Because they're afraid of being awkward, afraid of saying the wrong thing, afraid of looking weird. So they stay silent. But here's the truth most people don't realize. Everyone else is nervous too. Most people are secretly hoping someone else starts the conversation first. They're just waiting for someone to break the silence. So here's your permission slip. Be awkward. Seriously, who cares? You don't need some perfect line. You don't need a clever introduction. Just say something simple. Comment on what's happening around you. Ask a genuine question. Something like, "Hey, how long have you been coming here? What got you interested in this? Is this your first time here too?" That's it. That's the entire secret. Real conversations don't start with perfect lines. They start with simple curiosity. And once the conversation starts, everything becomes easier. Because suddenly you're not strangers anymore. You're just two people talking. The real truth about friendship. Here's the part nobody tells you. Making friends as an adult takes intentional effort. When you're younger, school automatically puts you around the same people every day. Friendships happen naturally. But as you get older, that structure disappears. Which means if you want strong friendships, you have to build them on purpose. But the good news is, the formula isn't complicated. Become the type of friend you respect. Go where the right people are, and start conversations even when it feels uncomfortable. That's it. And when you do those 3 things consistently, something interesting happens. You stop chasing friendships, and you start attracting the right ones. Now here's the challenge I want to give you. Within the next 24 hours, start one conversation with someone new. It could be at the gym, a class, a cafe, anywhere, just one. Because every great friendship in your life started with one simple moment. 2 strangers saying hello. And if you want to get better at that exact moment, the next video is going to help you with something specific. How to introduce yourself to a stranger without it feeling awkward. Because once you master that skill, meeting new people becomes a lot easier. So if you want to see that, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.